Nintendo is back at the patent office and making some pretty unpopular moves regarding the Pokemon and capture battle games. Some industry experts have weighed in.
On the brighter side, though, they did show off a bunch of dope games at the latest Nintendo Direct. We're going to talk about all this stuff and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news happenings from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red, as always, joined by this man right here, Mr. Full Clip. What's going on, dude? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Great. I'm really excited. Football. It's football Sunday. The Bills won last week in an amazing fashion. So, I'm ready. I'm going to smoke some chicken wings and eat some garbage. And and we get to talk about video games right now. So it's like all happening in one day. It's the best day ever.
Sounds like a great weekend.
Yeah. I am, I'm excited. Drink some beers. It's great. It's just, I couldn't ask for anything more. And we got a lot of really cool stuff to talk about. So it's good. It's good. Sure. What have you been up to? You playing outside, playing video games?
Not doing much outside yet. Haven't had a lot of time off, but in the time that I have had, I've been returning to an old classic. Okay, I guess the big news first. I've been talking about needing another PS5. That way my wife has one for GTA 6 when it launches. And I found a good deal. I went out, grabbed one, purple controller and everything. Couldn't have asked for a better setup. So we had that. And then we have, a back catalog of PlayStation 4 stuff. Some of it translates into PlayStation 5 for no additional cost. So she was really big into No Man's Sky. It's been quite a few years since she played it, but a lot of updates. They've been keeping that game fresh since then. So she got into it, which kind of made me a little jealous. I had to go and get into it too. So I put about probably 10 or 15 hours into it over the past week.
Nice.
And it's distracted me from my progress on Assassin's Creed, but maybe I'll jump back into there later.
I don't know, dude. Once you fall off of something, it's hard to get back to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, yeah.
How's it look on the Pro? Does it look good?
Oh yeah, it looks
No
very
Man's
good.
Sky.
Yeah.
I jumped in not too long ago because it works with the PlayStation VR, and everybody's like, "Dude, it's amazing!" And I jumped in, I checked it out a little bit. I realize it's not the game for me. It's just there's just so much that you have to do,
There's a lot
to
to it.
survive, to stay alive. And it's too much. So my son plays it actually a lot, but he'll just do it on the sandbox mode or whatever.
Yeah.
And just gets to go around looking at plants and animals and exploring the world. So man, this game has come a long way from the shit show that it's first started as,
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. They just announced more stuff for it too. Didn't they just have another big update or something not too long ago, or it's coming out? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm blanking on the details of what it was, but yeah, there's a big new update. They say that it's making the game better and better every time.
And every time Sean comes out and he's like, this is gonna, it comes out of the screen and it takes you to the store and it buys you your favorite snacks. And it's just there's no way this game's doing that. And and it doesn't.
Okay, maybe this is the most recent one, or maybe it's one back. But okay, I remember the details. They've added this customized. You can build your whole ship out of these modules, so you're no longer the ship that you can fly around. It can be huge. It can be whatever you want it to be. So people are in there recreating the Millennium Falcon and recreating just any ship out of
that's cool.
Sci-fi. Yeah, and you can actually walk around the interiors and use that as a meaningful space, grow your plants and stuff to survive.
Wow. All right, I gotta check it out. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'm putting it on my list. I'll re-download it. I swear, I like re-download it every once in a while, like either when my son wants to run around or there's a new update, and I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. It's pretty impressive how they turned it around on that game, made something that people actually love. I didn't get into much new this week. We went back, like my son got really big into the Revenge of the Savage Planet. We talked about it a little bit ago. And we've been playing, him and I have been playing a lot of that in co-op. It's like a split screen co-op. So that's a fun game. And then, so I was up very late the other night playing video games. My buddies and I, we started playing the Outlast Trials. I talked about it once before. It's like, the 4-player co-op thing set in like the Outlast universe, but you got to just do all these things to get through. Like each mission, there's like different objectives, and you got to do all the objectives to get through. Well, there's like giant fat ladies trying to stick like a puppet in your ass. It's very intense, and it's very, very R-rated. Like my buddy was playing it on his stream, and he was like, can I be showing these things on here? It was like, there was like a naked man on a cross, and we had to like saw him down and like by cutting off his arms and stuff, but his dong is just like right there. It's like, yeah. I mean, it was an impressive dong, but it's very, very scary and very intense, but it was a lot of fun. So, and that's another one that they just keep putting out free updates and stuff. So it's cool. I like it. Check out the Outlast Trials if you want to be scared and see full frontal male nudity. All right. Well, we got a lot to talk about, so let's get right into our new releases from this past week. All right, first up, Borderlands 4 came out on PC, PS5, Xbox S, and X on September 12th, and it will be coming out to Nintendo Switch 2 on October 3rd, sometime in the near future. It's the same, if you're familiar with Borderlands, it's the same thing. You just run around, kill things, get loot, get more loot, get more loot. It's all about getting that loot. This one introduces like new vault hunters, different types of characters that have, powers that you could do. There's skill trees, all sorts of new skills, new actions. So it just kind of took what everybody knows about Borderlands and just kept going with that model. Supposedly there's billions of guns in the game. So it must mean with like, infinite like attachments or whatever, colors. Yeah. I don't know. There's no way there's billions really, but that's what they're saying. And then it's at an 85 on Metacritic. So the critics are enjoying it. The us normal folk, though, are not having the best time with it, it seems. On PC, terrible performance the whole way, like frames going all over the place, man. It's just not a stable, optimized thing. And then on console, it's running a little bit better, but I did read that people are really mad because there's certain people can't play it because there is no field of view slider. There is no way to shut off the motion blur. So people that are affected by those being really close with the motion blur gives them like, sickness, like, it makes them not feel well. And you can't adjust those on console. You can adjust it on the PC one, not on console. So there's a lot of like, this shit that's affecting it being a great game. So I don't know. It's one that I want to play, but it's also one that I know 3 months from now there's going to be like a new edition with like DLC or whatever, and it'll be $20 cheaper.
Yeah, this is one that I could get into. I've played like Borderlands 1 and 2, and I got a buddy who was really into Borderlands 3. I'm gonna have to see if he's playing this, and I might consider grabbing a copy. But yeah, it's always fun, like the cel-shaded style and everything like that. And I kind of wonder if maybe there's a reason that the consoles need to have those things kind of locked in. I mean, if PC can do it, I would assume the consoles could do it.
Yeah, it's weird. So actually, like Randy Pitchford, the big boss there, he actually put out a statement saying on his, I think it was on his Twitter or whatever, he put a poll and he said, "Quickie for console friends, field of view settings. There's some dreams I have where FOV setting might affect fairness. I can't really talk about it yet, but I see this is important to you, so we're looking at it." Now, I don't know in what world FOV slider is going to affect fairness. It's not a PvP game unless this is something that they're looking to add somewhere down the line, which is, the whole thing is weird. Like, I don't understand what that means. Fairness.
And if everybody has the opportunity to use it, then it's not unfair.
Right.
So if it is unfair, then yeah, if there's PC crossplay right now, then you're giving the advantage to the PC players.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a very weird statement. So it went from people being upset about the slider and the motion blur not being there to being like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, what does this have to do with anything? So they are looking into it because it is that's something I've never really been affected by those, but I know I've known a few people who absolutely can't play certain first person games because it's just like they just get motion sickness, like terrible motion sickness. So usually when you can't shut off the motion blur, they're hiding something anyways, they don't want you to see those crisp frames, they're like, listen, we're hiding that we can't run this properly. So it's interesting, but yeah, like you said, man, I always have a blast playing these Borderlands games. It's just something about that that itch where it's like you always get, ooh, more loot. Is this better than the last loot? Is, like, am I godlike yet? So, yeah, it's fun. All right, and then next up, Lego Voyagers is out on September 15th. That's the day this is released, so we don't have any reviews or any real information about it yet. It is available on all the consoles. It's a 2-player co-op adventure. You play as like these Lego bricks, and it looks really, really cute. You got to like work with somebody to solve puzzles with Lego bricks that are in this world. People that I've seen play it think they compare it a lot to like It Takes Two or Split Fiction. It's like one of those where you have to work together in order to get through the level. You have to think of different creative ways to do so. But yeah, you can work on the same screen and like it's couch co-op or online multiplayer. But I don't know what this one is going to cost when it comes out, but I did, like, my son and I have been cruising through co-op games lately, like, where we're always looking for our next fix. And I think this one is going to be that next fix. So I don't know how much it's going to cost yet, but I can't imagine it's going to be more than $40. But
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. I know you're a fan of the Lego games. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, and this one's very different from your typical Lego game where, I mean, usually they just, like, bank on an IP like Marvel or something like that and give you a funny version of the story. But this is, like...
Right.
Well, like you said, it's way more like couch co-op, I would say cozier. There are other games that I would compare it to, like the little indie puzzle platformers. This is what I would want out of this game since we saw the first previews and the announcement of this. I think that this would be a lot of fun to just sit on the couch and sort of work through these puzzles with somebody with.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it, too, is that this is one of those games with Friend Pass. So if you have a friend that has the game, the other person can play it without needing to own the game. So, so that's really cool. I like that feature. So that'll be fun. All right. Well, that is it for our new releases from this past week. Let's jump right into our news of the week. All right. The big news this week. Nintendo held a direct, and it was funny because like they have a lot of these directs, and a lot of times it's just like there's really nothing like fun or exciting. This one, I didn't really. It wasn't high on my list of things to do. I didn't watch it. And then, like, I kept seeing, like, these announcements that came out. I'm like, all right, I got to check it out. I got to watch it. And I went through and I watched the whole thing. And so much good stuff was in this direct. And it was so, like, unexpected. So we'll run through real quick all the biggest announcements from this Nintendo Direct. First up, we finally got a release date for Metroid Prime 4. And it is this year. I was a little skeptical leading up to this, but December 4th, we'll finally get that Metroid Prime action. Do these games ever interest you? You ever play any of them?
Oh, not since way back in the day.
Yeah, I played, I think the first one, and it was fun, but I never it wasn't a big deal for me. But this one, it looks fantastic. So that's exciting. They also announced the other big announcement, a new Fire Emblem game. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is going to be out in 2026. So that's exciting. I have friends that, like, I'm sure, like, as soon as they saw that, were thrilled. I never got into the Fire Emblem series too much, so this one, like, I get the excitement, but, like, it didn't really do much for me. The one that I was excited to talk to you about, Pokopia. What are your thoughts on this one? As a cozy Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Minecraft guy, this looks right up your alley. You know, it's got all those things. You know, farming, Pokemon, it's got it all.
Yeah, this is a highly anticipated title in this household. It's a day one pickup for us, I'm sure. I'm a little skeptical from the trailer that, like, they show the way it's portrayed. There's like 30 Pokemon just standing around looking at everything you're doing. And first of all, that's creepy. And second of all, I don't think that's how the game's going to function. I hope these things have like their AI paths. They're walking around, do their own thing until you decide to talk to them. But I think it's an interesting. I don't know how I feel about the main character with a Ditto that has like vine whip arms and stuff and does like mimics other Pokemon abilities at the same time. It's a little strange. I think we could have just had like a trainer who uses the Pokemon to do the things they do. Since they're standing
and then that's like Pale World, though.
Maybe they have the patent on that. Yeah, that'd be interesting. A reverse lawsuit, the Uno reverse card from Pale World. Yeah, but I look forward to it. I want to see more from it. See more about like how you interact with the world there.
Right. Yeah, I want to see the gameplay. Like you said, it's not just going to be like them just standing around watching you do it. Like they taught, like, we just taught you how to water something. Now you just have to do it. But yeah, like I showed my wife and son, and they were both like, "When does this come out?" And I was like, "It's 2026, so we got a ways off." But yeah, what a great idea to involve like Animal Crossing and Pokemon, and you know, like kind of like a block world similar to like a Minecraft where you could adjust the. You know, where they're knocking out blocks to build a waterfall and stuff like that. Very, very cool. Hopefully we'll get more soon. They announced the Donkey Kong Bonanza DLC. A lot of DLC being added at this. I won't go through all of it. But the other big one that I thought was pretty exciting, because I've never played them, Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 are getting a bundled release on October 2nd. So that's going to be playable on Switch 2. And they look great. Those were Wii games, right?
I think so, yeah. At least the first one.
That's the reason I never got into them. Yeah. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I don't know what, probably full price for those. I don't know what price.
Maybe both bundled together for the full price of one game.
Yeah, $60. Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's really exciting. And so I think one of the main reasons that was announced was they also announced Super Mario Galaxy movie, which comes out April 2026. Had the trailer for that, which was really just a teaser trailer with the title card, release date, and some of that sweet Mario music. But yeah, that one, it got us really excited. It's sooner than I expected. Like I don't think I expected the new Mario movie out next year, but it makes sense being that it's the 40th birthday for the Mario Brothers or whatever next year.
Yeah, and I was really kind of surprised by they're going with Mario Galaxy. I mean, I didn't play the games either, so I don't know that much about that setting or anything. But I would have expected this to just be the Super Mario Brothers movie 2 or something. And then continue with like the narrative from the first movie, because I'm a big fan of that first one, and I think this one's going to be great too. Whatever they do with it, it's just it leaves more questions for me because I don't know about the Galaxy games.
Right now, I wonder if they're going to be making is Super Mario Sunshine like going to be like the third movie or something like that? You know,
Super Mario teaches typing. Can't wait for that movie.
Yeah,
Mario Paint the movie.
Oh, that would be good. I'd be into that one. But yeah, the whole cast is coming back. They did show that they're for the next one. So yeah, excited to see more of that. And then the other one that my son is like already asking me a lot for, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So my son likes anything that has like an encyclopedia or like a index or anything like that, and he loves the Yoshi game. So this one, when it had like both, he's like, wait a minute, I play as Yoshi and I like fill this encyclopedia with things as I explore, and it was just like he couldn't believe it. So yeah, that one not until spring 2026, but again, that one looks very cute. It looks for the littles.
Yeah, I love the way it looks, man. I just wish they'd give us a Yoshi game that isn't baby mode.
Yeah, yep. You want like Yoshi Combat, like a Mortal Kombat.
I want it hardcore.
Yoshi crossover.
Yes.
There's a bunch of stuff about like Pokemon Legends, some more Super Mario Wonder DLC, a lot of stuff about like, these games are now coming to Nintendo Switch 2. It's like a lot of that. Some indie games that were already announced, stuff that has been released already. But one that was brand new, Mario Tennis Fever, another in the Mario Tennis franchise. This one will be coming out also in 2026, February 12th. 38 playable characters and, all the tennis. It's fun. You ever play any of those tennis games?
Yeah, I had one on Game Boy Color. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, nice. Way back. I remember playing on, I think it was the GameCube. Yeah, Mario Tennis on the GameCube. Like, played for hours, dude. Like, we would get together, just like, that's all we did was just play Mario Tennis. So yeah, I also played a Mario Tennis that was on the Virtual Boy, which, this is my segue into that. The release that no one asked for or expected, but Nintendo is creating, one of their worst selling consoles in a new add-on to the Switch, the Virtual Boy. You could just pop your Switch right in there and play in full bonkers, bright red color, right in your face. Do you ever play the Virtual Boy before?
I have memories of it from being a kid, but they're so rare. Yeah, I don't know who even had it.
Yeah.
Maybe a cousin or something.
I remember I rented one from like our local like supermarket. Like they had like the movie kiosk or whatever, and you could rent consoles there. And I played it for the weekend, and it was like, it had like 15 minutes. You're only supposed to play like 15 minutes at a time because it would make your eyes bleed and your brain explode. And I remember, but I rented it, so I wanted to get my money's worth. So I just played it like the whole weekend. And I swear I was like, everything had a red hue for like the week after that, because like I don't know why they chose red. Like it was weird that like that was the color, but it was like to mimic like a 3D thing. So yeah, you're playing tennis and the ball is like, it comes right at your face, dude. It was like, crazy. So
yeah, that's an interesting one. That's something I would love to find at a yard sale or a flea market or something sometime. I love collecting the obscure gaming stuff like that. And this is a little more well known, a little more sought after, but I'd love to have one just to put on the shelf. My buddy has one. And every once in a while he'll take it down and he'll play it for a little bit and be like, this is ridiculous. But so I asked him, I was like, you gonna get this? This one's, so it's $100 for the shell that you put your Switch into, or you could get a cardboard version of it that you assemble for $25. So great time for a 3D printer. Right? There you go. And that was pretty much it as far as like all the big announcements. Hades 2, it's getting their 1.0 release. Final Fantasy 7, the remake. So lots of other games. So definitely go check it out. I think it was like, how long was it? It was way longer than I expected it to be. And it was just one after another, just lots of really, really great stuff. So was there anything else that you saw that that I didn't mention? No, I was looking through there, like the Tomodachi Life. There's a little update about that, but let's see. Stardew Valley Nintendo Switch 2 edition. That's up some people's alleys. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 versions of games
coming out. So hopefully they could, get that thing running a little bit better. Everything I'm hearing is there's people are struggling to get it playing on the 2 properly. But yeah, man, it was a great console. And then it was completely ruined by this next little bit of news. Nintendo, we've talked about them going crazy about these patents before, specifically in relation to like Pokemon. But now this one was like probably the most absurd one. So they just patented the basically the playing Pokemon. Like they're just like, let's just patent the entire Pokemon gameplay where you have a character that goes to fight something and you call in another character and then they fight and then you get that character, something like that. And it was like,
Yeah.
And then they're like, yep, stamp it. Here you go. Like the whole thing is crazy. I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, I see why industry experts are calling it an embarrassing failure. Yeah, they're not the first to have done it. And there are hundreds of games that are not even specifically Pokemon clones that have done it since. They have, seemingly no right to be able to patent this. It's an overstep. And I don't know if there's like an appeals process to this or if somebody can sue the patent office over it. I would say some big time developers need to get on that or else, they could be facing legal charges for that.
Right. And then I think like, the issue is that Pokemon and Nintendo and their deep pockets that can say like, hey, we have this patent, and then like approach these smaller companies and say, you can't do that in their game. These smaller companies will absolutely win in a court case if this ever went there. They could just reference the past 40 years of video games and show them how many times this has been done prior to this, and absolutely win any court case. But the fact that they have to go up against this super monolith of Nintendo and Pokemon, and you're better off just be like, fine, like we won't do it that way. So it's really just bullying. And it's unfortunate. Yeah, it really is. It's crazy that the U.S. Patent Office is just willy-nilly just saying, sure, okay, whatever. Is like, you think there's a little bit of, this going on the other side, just a little maybe bribery, a little, something on the inside, maybe a mole. It's got to be something, right?
I think this is all a distraction from the Epstein files.
Oh, we should have known it. Mario was on the list.
Oh, no.
Yep. That's a bummer.
What happened with Baby Mario on Yoshi Island? That's what I want to know.
This is a whole new thing, and it's scary. So yeah, man, like it's interesting reading about it and going and researching this and seeing how many I haven't seen a single thing that says like this is a great idea. Everybody, like all lawyers, even like the previous head of the Nintendo's law firm was just like, this is ridiculous. This is embarrassing. Yeah, one guy said, in my opinion, none of the 3 patents I've discussed here should have been allowed. It's shocking and offensive that they were. The US PTO dropped the ball big time, and it's going to externalize a lot of uncertainty and potentially litigation costs onto developers and companies that do not deserve it. So, yeah, man, crazy. We got to get our game out now where we, we put out a character and it calls out a cheeseburger and then we eat it.
I love my characters Pikachu and Cheermander.
Yeah.
We got to get this game out now.
We got to move on this before there's any more patents. Like, you're not allowed to make a game that has video game people in it. What? How is this even possible?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about that?
We'll keep an eye on this and talk about it in the next few weeks if anything comes out of it. Hopefully, like a full-on reversal if that's possible.
We'll see. Or, I mean, let's see what the next patent's going to be. That's
sure.
That's probably the way it's going to go,
Nintendo patents having a video game.
they should make a game where it's just like they patent things in the game, and then it be like patentception, where it's a whole thing.
Patents within patents.
All right, moving on then. This was we talked about this maybe a week ago, 2 weeks ago. It was exciting news coming up. Acclaim was going to have a showcase. This is, from the dead. They're rising from the dead. They're going to be showing off a bunch of new games that they're working on. My hype was high. We talked about, hey, NBA Jam, what's it going to be, right? So then come along, the first ever Play Acclaim Showcase. 12 minutes long. All right, it's a little short, but we got some games in here. And man, were my dreams just crushed. Like, what were these games? Now I get, like, they're very, like, I get where they're going. They don't, they're building capital, releasing a bunch of indie games. Some of them looked intriguing, but it was like, I think my problem was that I just went in with higher expectations, and it was a big letdown, Right. So let me run through the games real fast. So they announced Grid Beat is a rhythm action side-scrolling game. Basketball Classic, which looks like an Atari basketball game. And I'm watching, I'm like, who is this for? And then like they're saying it's got like over 1,000 players modeled after real world basketball players. And I'm like, oh, so this is like Tecmo Bowl. Remember like Super Tecmo Bowl that people still play, like the Nintendo football game? This is like their version of that for like basketball fans. Ground Zero Hero, which is like a survivor, like a survival game, like Vampire Survivors type, one of those games. This game looked cute. It had some cuteness. Pixel Washer, you run around as like a pig and spray things. It's like, Power Wash Simulator, but like, I don't know, 16-bit. Talaka, some sort of a roguelike. Toss Down is a delivery boy. You go around delivering things. The Prisoning, Fletcher's Quest. It's like a old school Metroidvania. And then Hyper Yuki Snowboard Syndicate. Looks like a lot like a SSX type thing. And then Catanaut, which is another Metroidvania with swords. Any of those get you excited when you saw them?
Yeah. When I first looked at this list and I'm looking at the screenshots from the game, I had some concerns here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe this shotgun blast approach isn't the best one. I feel like a lot of these are going to either flop entirely or at best be shoved into like a humble bundle choice down the road and maybe get a little bit of eyes on it. Because they could be great games, but when I see these, I don't want to touch these at all. But okay, the exceptions there. Pixel Washer looks pretty good art style wise, so I'm intrigued by that. Could try Grid Beat out. I'm not usually like a rhythm game person, but that could be cool. And then the Prisoning, the Fletcher's Quest. I do like the pixel art style there. They're talking about a narrative that seems interesting. And from there, the rest just kind of look like outdated games, and they're not going to have a lot of meat on the bone.
No, it was disappointing for this being like their big return to the video game world. Like, it was cool to see the symbol, like the Acclaim, and for every game that they announced too, like it was in an interactive, like they showed the Acclaim symbol and it was like interactive to the game that they were going to show, which I always thought was really cool. They did that on the intro to every one of their games. So it's nice to have that back. And again, like, went in with very high expectations, and I don't know, maybe they should have tempered our expectations by not like announcing this big, like, we're doing this showcase and, get hyped or whatever. And then show these like really like shitty like indie games. Like, absolutely, if they're priced right and they review well, I will check them out. I mean, these look like ones that like I might even get a chance to get like a review copy of them. So hopefully, we'll report back. But if they're just trying to like build some capital, if any one of these kind of like maybe gets like to be a cult classic and they could build some capital to try to like do something bigger, great. I don't know, but it was not what I expected.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Some of those are, I know the Catanaut one is out now. I don't know how that's doing, but most of those are coming in the future. All right, and then next up, let's just real quick run through the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium catalog games for this month. If you are a subscriber to the PlayStation Plus, you will get WWE 2K25, Persona 5 Tactics, Green Hell, Fate, Samurai Remnant, Crow Country, The Invincible, and Conscript. If you are part of the premium subscription, you also get Legacy of Kain Defiance. So, give me your out of 10 score for this month here.
It's not going to be very high. For me personally, like maybe like a 3 out of 10. I just have no interest in pretty much any of these. Maybe Green Hell, I've seen a little bit, but that's like one that you can get a review copy of very easily, it seems.
Yeah. That, I agree. I played the Invincible. Out of all these, I played that one. That one is fine. Was not great. I think the best one out of this is the one for premium, the old Legacy of Kain game. Those were always fun games to play. But yeah, man, it's a rough one. I think this month is just live or die by if you're a WWE fan and you don't have 2K25.
Right.
You know,
and wasn't that one of the main ones on this maybe last month's Humble Bundle as well?
It was, yeah. Yeah, just so it's everywhere now. I expect it to come to Game Pass in the next announcement. Now, usually they do that, when they're just like, all right, we made all the money we could get off of it. Now let's try to get it out there and make the money on the DLC and the all that other stuff. So yeah man, it's I'll go 5 out of 10. Just for fun.
Yeah.
If I had friends playing WWE, maybe I would check it out. But again, I gotta download a 70 gigabyte game just so I could maybe try it once or twice. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that I now have some skin in the game on these because I'm a PlayStation Plus Basic or whatever, the entry level one. So I don't actually get any of these games, but I could easily, upgrade for a month.
They make it easy to upgrade because they prorate it too,
Nice.
So it's like, it's interesting. But it's that's how I got the premium. They're like, hey, for an extra $11 more, you could get premium. And I'm like, well, I do kind of want to play Super Monkey Ball. So that's what happened to me. And I haven't used it since.
It's always the monkey ball.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a rough month for PlayStation Plus here. All right, and then last up, we got finally one of the first major lawsuits regarding the use of AI in favor of a voice actor. So, like, basically what they did, this was a case of in the Tomb Raider games, the actress that played Lara Croft, Francois Cadol, she is suing Aspire Media for using AI to actually clone her voice lines. So she did her voice in the previous games, and now they're coming out with Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered, and then they took her voice lines, AI-ified them, whatever they do, and to add them to this new version of the game. They're simulating her voice. So it's interesting, and it was without her consent, which is the reason that this is now going to a lawsuit. And I'm very interested in this one, see how it goes. I don't know if we've had any on this level before that have gone to court. So I'm interested to see how this plays out. What do you think?
Yeah, there's an interesting conversation here at the very least. You've got the ethical side of it. Are they, should they do this? And then the legal side of it, like what was in her contract originally? Do they own those voice snippets no matter what they publish? Or should she be getting paid because it was re-released again? Should she get some kind of royalties, even if they just use those voice lines to and change it up via AI? But it's also, it's important to distinguish here because we call everything AI now. When all that really means is that they are algorithms. Just recording the voice lines to begin with and cleaning them up with algorithms and software, we didn't really call that AI. We didn't label it AI, but I know this isn't a one-for-one, but it's kind of I don't know. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me to use some sort of algorithm or AI to tweak it a little bit. The big question for me is, did they have the legal right to do that and re-release it and not give her the credit and some kind of compensation for it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting when, like, so these are, like, I don't know how different it is, because I'm not, so it's the French version of the voice, so, you know, I wouldn't have heard it, but, it's already been, like, so the lines have been recorded, and now they've just been kind of like, you know, they did something to them, and now added them to this game. Now, she says that the voice vaguely resembles her, but it is not her, and, that is theft. So, yeah, I don't know how different it is. Like, had they just used the previous voice, like, why wouldn't they have just used the previous lines that she recorded? Was that maybe not part of the contract on this, or they're avoiding paying her? Like, I don't know, like, yeah, the ins and outs of the contract or the re-release. So it is interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing the points that come out in this going forward. But, yeah, it's and I guess, like, she's pretty famous as, like, in French dubbing. Like, she's done, like, the voice for tons of people when French dubbing is needed in movies and games and stuff like that. So it's not like just like some random person who's upset. She's like the French voice actors in this world. So yeah, well, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I expect them to probably just give her some sort of money and pay out some sort of settlement, if, you know, but I would love to hear, like, a court ruling on this. Is it theft? You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how that works.
And I mean, remember, we're early on in this, so these can be landmark cases, and this can kind of set the legal precedent for future lawsuits.
Yeah, man. If it goes one way, could you imagine, like, it open up the, you know, the break wall of all these other, you know, people just using lines from previous things without consent? Like, yeah, it's it'll be interesting. So we'll keep an eye on that, and we'll report back if there's any news regarding that. All right, that's all I got on my list here. Anything I missed? Anything you want to chat about?
No, I think that's about it for the week.
Football. Yeah, let's go watch some football, drink some beers, eat some chicken wings. Man, sounds good, doesn't it? So you're all the way over there, dude. You just gotta, you know, move over to this side of the country, and then you could eat some chicken wings.
Will do. I do bad with our winters. I don't think I can handle yours.
That's a good point. All right. Well, thank you so much for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Be sure to go over to YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the name of the channel. That's where you'll find this show. You could see the videos there, you know, all the good stuff. Or anywhere podcasts are found, you just type in GNW, and yeah, you'll have this podcast there. Make sure you hit subscribe so it's ready to go, and it'll just, you'll just hear these dulcet tones of us handsome men talking about video games. Who doesn't want that? And yeah, and you can find us on TikTok occasionally, and that's all I got. What else?
Nothing. If you come across a random USB flash drive out there, we're probably on that. Immediately plug it into your work computer.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you dropped it and you've been looking for it. You come across a USB flash drive. Listen, I dropped that in 2012. I've been looking for it. It's very near and dear to me. Don't open it. Whatever you do. But it is in the shape of... it's like a Godzilla USB, and you open its mouth and the thing comes out. It's very important. But, all right. On that note, we'll see you guys next week with more video game news.